so excited. It just looks beautiful. Yummy, Chef. Ooh, goodness, that aroma is fantastic. Ooh, that does look great. Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the VeryVera Show. I'm joining you today from my office, which we affectionately call the cottage, and it couldn't be a more beautiful day. So I'm really happy to let you know that we're going to be doing peaches today on the show, and I'm joined by Lori Ann Carr. She's the co-owner at Titan Farms, and we actually filmed with her a couple of years ago. Had the best time. In fact, we left there with lots of peaches that I used throughout the season on things like marmalade and sauces, so we can't wait to do it. So what we're going to do today, we're going to twist it up a little bit with some new recipes. We're going to start with a peach ice cream that's really creamy, scrumptious. We're going to then move into a broccoli salad. You know, they grow broccoli too, so I can't wait to share this recipe from the cookbook. Then we're going to tour the packaging plant. I cannot wait to get my hands on how they do that over there. And then we're going to go into the peach orchard and grill peaches to make a peach hamburger. And then finally, we've got a fabulous giveaway today with a gift box from Titan Farms. It's going to be just wonderful. And in Vera's Corner today, we're going to do Peaches 101, give you a little bit more about the variety of peaches. So I'm sure you're wondering what this old-fashioned churn is here on the porch. This is what I remember so vividly from my childhood with making homemade peach ice cream in the kitchen. So why don't we walk inside? Let me reintroduce you to Lori Ann, and we'll get started and see how to make this peach ice cream. Lori Ann, oh my goodness. You know, I was so happy to tell everybody that you were here today, and the aromas in here are amazing.
They are.
You can just count on this time of year being able to, you know, close to where you live. It's like if you roll the windows down, all you smell is peaches.
You really do. And bell pepper and broccoli and anything that's available, absolutely. And it's so much fun to come see you over here. I think we're going to spend a little bit of time at the farm too, but it's really fun to be in your kitchen today.
Well, and it's my pleasure to have you. And I have to say, I haven't been a very good host because I've had her working the entire time. So she got the peach ice cream going for us. So tell everybody a little bit about what you've been in here doing.
Well, first of all, we had to start with some good, ripe Titan Farms peaches.
Absolutely.
And from then on, we peeled them and we pitted them and we chopped them up. We mixed together some eggs and sugar until it was smooth, pureed those peaches in the food processor. We stirred the puree into an egg mixture, and we stirred in some cream and added some half and half and vanilla and salt. Mixed it all up well, and it surely did smell good. And then right at the end, we added in some chopped peaches to give it a good bit of texture.
You know, because I love to be able to bite into that peach. And you know, depending on the time of year those peaches are available, you know, you've got different consistencies of like the red color around the seed and that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
So if you're ever ready for that ice cream a little early, just put a little dab of red food coloring in the mixture, and it kind of looks like they're a little bit riper, but it will not interfere with the flavor whatsoever.
My favorite things you do are your Vera-isms.
And that's
Absolutely.
one of them, to
That's
make
right.
it eye appealing, make the presentation great. But we got that into the ice cream churn, and while I was out on the porch, I showed them like the old school ice cream maker that I'm sure you grew up with too. And but nowadays, you know, you can have the ones that just fit right on the counter that'll make enough ice cream for two. In this particular case, it very much resembles the old-fashioned kind, but you plug it in. So we got it poured into the canister, and I've got it in the ice cream maker with the rock salt and the ice, and it's just a-going out there. We're going to have some in a little bit. But I thought I would share because you mentioned fruits and vegetables, and broccoli is one of the crops that you do really, really well with.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to share the broccoli salad out of the cookbook. So what we've gone ahead and done is cut the stems off, and honestly, this is so tender, Lori Ann. It's just amazing. So I like to have, you know, a bite-sized piece.
Right.
And then,
easy to mix.
you know, have got that all chopped up, and the other ingredients I'm going to be adding to it, but I wanted you to go ahead and start on the dressing.
Okay.
So I've got Hellman's mayonnaise. I'm kind of brand specific with some of my recipes. And then sugar and white vinegar. So if you'll mix all that together in the bowl. And you know, for those of you that make like potato salads and coleslaws and things like that, if you'll go ahead and make your dressing, whatever it is, because you're combining sugar with mayonnaise, and if you don't really get it stirred together well, you're going to end up with like sugar granules in the bottom.
That's not going to work. No.
So while she's stirring that together, I'm going to add in some diced red onion, some craisins or dried cranberries,
So
a little
pretty.
bit of it's so colorful. And this really lasts in the refrigerator well. You'll have a little bit of settlement to the dressing at the bottom, but you can just stir it right back together. And then everything's better with bacon. I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm going to let you pour that dressing on the top.
Okay.
And then we'll be blending that together. So this, again, is a perfect dish to have this time of year. It can be done with a steak, or you can have it with your hamburgers, and we're actually going to be cooking hamburgers tomorrow at the farm. So we're going to, get this together, and if we need to add any more to it tomorrow, we can to kind of fluff it up. But tomorrow we're going to be going back out at your invitation to the orchard, the peach orchard at the farm. We're going to tour the packaging plant.
Right.
We're going to do a
put you to work
picnic
tomorrow.
I know it. I get to get in there with everybody to do
nice.
this. So come back with us after the break, and we will see you at the farm. Welcome back, everybody, and if you're just joining me, we're on day 2. I'm with Laurie Ann Carr. She's the co-owner of Titan Farms, and she's invited me to show me what goes on around here.
That's right. We are thrilled to have you in the packing facility where you can see actually how the peach goes from the tree to the grocery store. So we are going to walk through the process. First, they're cooled outside, and then they're washed and waxed and shined up real pretty. And then they go through a process where through technology, we're able to really reduce the number of employees that we have. The computer takes 32 images.
Now, did y'all hear that? 32 pictures of every peach.
Of every single peach. And the software can tell what's a blemish or something that's not a grade A U.S. #1 peach.
Right.
So it automatically takes that piece of fruit out of the mix, so that when everything goes on down the line to a retail pack, that it is top quality and ready to go.
Well, and for a consumer like me, there's probably not remarkable difference, but your level of quality is so specific to what she's putting on the box as an A-grade peach. Right. It's just this technology is fascinating.
It is absolutely fascinating. It is really enables you to really step up your game. We make sure that our sizing is pinpoint accuracy, honestly, for what it's supposed to be in that size box.
Well, and I think, going through where they're all coming down the conveyor belt together, and then they're all getting individual little stickers on each one.
That's right. That's your PLU sticker. And that's a good way to know it's a Titan Farms peach because it says Titan on that sticker. So
and
you
the
can look
boxes,
for it.
You've got packaging for all of the different vendors that sell your product.
Right, different vendors have different packaging requirements. We may have different brands, and for one retailer than a different retailer. So we try to really tailor it specific to what that consumer and retailer really wants.
Well, and we started with where they were being washed and cooled down to kind of halt the ripening process. Right. And then we ended up in the coldest room. We were just freezing to death. So
well, we have to keep them good and cold because we don't want them to start ripening until they get moving.
Right. Well, I'm glad we've ended up in the coolest place because now we're getting to go back outside the orchard. We're going to do some grilling on a Traeger grill. So thanks so much for the tour and for the education. You'll think twice now before you put that peach in your mouth to know what all it went through. So come back with us in just a few minutes. Vera's Corner is sponsored by TaxSlayer. It's your refund. Go get it. In the South, the peach is our southern jewel. I'm going to give you some simple instructions on how to peel, core, and simply serve this Titan peach. Peaches are a classic southern fruit. that has a taste that only gets sweeter as it ripens. If you get a peach that is pretty soft, you should be able to pit it easily. Here's how. Cut at the shoulder of the peach, hitting the pit all the way around. Twist the peach in the opposite direction and split the peach into 2 halves. Cut the half with the pit down the center, pull it apart, then take out the pit. Cut these into nice slices and enjoy with a little powdered sugar for some added sweetness. There are many different types of peaches. Here we have white, which is a little less acidic than the yellow peaches, but they are always sweet. Enjoy white peaches with a bowl of vanilla ice cream. Peaches are at their peak from June until the end of August, so please enjoy them while they're in season. Welcome back, everybody. And Lorianne, surely Peaches 101, you could teach that class, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching that to kind of know what the different varieties are. And you have like over 50, close to 60
Yes, we do.
varieties of peaches in this orchard. And the tour of the facility, the plant, oh my goodness. The technology, to me, is the most fascinating part.
It is. It has really come a long way. It's really helped us be able to do so much more with less labor because of the intelligence of it and the grading, and how we used to grade with 48 people on the grading tables, and now we're down to 3.
Well, and me, I'm going to get that job.
That's right. That's right.
That was so interesting. Okay, so we're getting ready to grill on our Traeger grill some really a great hamburger, and instead of putting just cheese on it, we're going to grill a peach to go with it.
Right.
So this is their portable. This is their tailgate version, and it's portable. The legs actually unscrew. I'm just going to spray this down. It's so nice and clean, and honestly, it is easy to keep clean because it gets so hot that you can just scrape what's left off. But we're doing burgers today, and you know, I really love to taste the flavor of the beef. And if we have that right, then that grilled peach is just gonna pop on this hamburger. So what I did is I like to use an 80-20 blend of ground beef, and then I just did salt, pepper, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then I like a big burger, and I've made them kind of thick because they are going to shrink up. But if you'll just do a thumb print in the middle, and then we actually put an ice cube there to keep that nice and cold, because the part of the hamburger that's the last part to cook is the center. So hopefully that will make that work well. So I'm just going to pop these right on, get those sizzling. And then on the peach, you know, we just did some thin slices, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my tongs here to get that and just get some nice grill marks on those. But you know, this Traeger grill is great because, like I said, the legs can screw down and it can go in the back of your SUV if you're going to a game. And speaking of games coming up,
I know.
Your team is going to be playing my team for the first game.
That's right.
That's going to be really
We're
interesting.
looking forward.
Okay, so I'm just going to put the lid down on this for a minute. And you know, one of the things that I think is great, certainly I want to do a shout out to Ace Hardware for loaning us this grill today, and I'm going to have to get one because we would use that quite a bit. But you know, in talking about this past year and how, you know, for me, my cookbook sales blew up. For you,
it was a great year. People were at home, and they found that they remembered how to cook.
Right.
And families cooked together, and we were eating inside because you couldn't go to restaurants. And we've just seen a huge increase in consumption of fresh peaches, vegetables, or just fruits and vegetables in general.
Right.
Which is wonderful to get everybody back to cooking and enjoying cooking.
Well, and you spoke about Sarah's Market, where you sell the pre-prepared products like this, this jam, this peach jam that we're going to spread on the hamburger. Utilizing other things to go into sauces and having people want to get familiar with something maybe they just passed by before.
Exactly. And we found that folks were coming out on Sunday afternoon to eat ice cream, because
in the dead of winter.
Because they couldn't do anything else.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to look at the burgers, but why don't you start building this and kind of go over what you've got there.
We're putting some jam on both sides of this bun. And we're going to add a couple of slices of red onion.
Ooh.
And a couple of slices of bacon.
Well, and you know what? While we're at it, I'm going to throw some corn on there.
All right.
Too. I love corn on the grill. But, the bacon out here in the field, it almost looks like we just fried it. We didn't, y'all.
Shiny.
Everything they say about the South in the dead of the summer is true.
That's right. It's shiny.
Oh, man.
Okay. They'll be right ready for that burger.
Well, one of the things that I certainly want to do is make sure we understand that when we're working with perishables, we want to work quick, which we're going to do. So y'all come back with us after the break because we got a picnic going on the next row down, and we're going to show you how to do some elevations and things like that. So come back with us in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. And there's nothing like a picnic in a peach orchard.
That's right. I've never had a picnic in a peach orchard. This is a great idea.
Well, a lot of photographers were using the peach orchard this year for like family photos. It just makes a fabulous backdrop. So keep that in mind too. But we've had such a good time today.
Absolutely.
And just more education on your business and everything. But let's talk a little bit about how awesome this presentation looks. And I certainly want to give a shout out to Ranco Tents and Events who did all of this. Melody Rick has been an associate of mine for so many, many years, and she did an unbelievable job. She went from nothing to this, and it just goes to show you what elevation and creativity and finding something in your cabinet that you haven't used in a long time, it just looks fantastic. So she worked really hard. We're really pleased with the way that it turned out. But we did a lot of fun things today. We started with the ice cream yesterday.
That's right.
At the cottage, and you did such a great job of mixing all that together. We had the little tent with the red food coloring.
That's right, and it really
changes. Oh my
changes.
goodness, it's the perfect color. So I love the way that turned out. And just in a bowl with maybe some mint, fresh mint, but the thumbprint cookies, we froze from a show that we did with Brian Hart Hoffman.
Okay.
So it just goes to show you that things work really well in the freezer. The broccoli salad, just looks fantastic and in pottery. Just stays crisp, and again, if you have extra dressing, you can add that in at the last minute. Want to keep that nice and cool. The burgers.
The burgers are beautiful.
Oh my goodness. And look at the peaches on top. And I would present that on the plate open face like that.
Absolutely.
So you get the whole look. Has brie cheese, red onions. I love the bean sprouts, alfalfa sprouts instead of lettuce. Just for something a little different. Really love that. And then finally, it's no picnic in the South without a little peach sweet tea.
That's right.
And so let me kind of walk you through the process there. So we brought 4 cups of water to a boil. In a large pitcher, I combined the water, boiling hot, with baking soda and sugar. That keeps it from clouding up. And then you stir it until the sugar is dissolved. Add the tea bags and let that steep for 10 minutes. Then remove the tea bags, add peach nectar, so that's another added sweetness, and then fill the rest with water and refrigerate. So you can garnish with the peach or a lemon. So such a refreshing drink this time of year. So tell us about this wonderful giveaway that you're going to have for us today.
So this is a Carolina Beauty gift box. There's 13 peaches inside the box. They're hand selected for you. They're packed in foam, very carefully packed and ready to ship, and we can ship all over the country.
Well, and 3 lucky winners are going to get that. So we want you to go to all of our social media platforms. We'll give you the directions on what to do to enter. So, I want to remind everybody to go to Sarah's Market while everything is fresh right now and take advantage of that. And Lori Ann, for you, your hospitality, all of my new peach garb, my apron and my mitts, I'll think about you every time I use them.
Good. That's
Thank
good.
you so much for inviting us back. And as I always say on the Very Vera Show, no matter what you do it in good taste. And you say we
appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Remember that too. So come back again next week for another episode of the Very Vera Show.